Hello everybody and welcome back. Our party, which has grown by 2 people, are here and we're listening outside this door. And our thief hears nothing. The door is stuck, so our dwarf fails to bash it. If anything is inside, they know we're coming. But yep, second shoulder charge and it bursts open. And this is another supply room, but it doesn't have weapons and armour like the one upstairs did. This has coils of rope, food, blankets, bedrolls, all that kind of equipment. And again, the book tells the DM if the party destroy all of this, then they will get some extra XP. But again, it seems such a waste. The good people in Guido's fort could do with this. So we'll remember this is here, and perhaps again when this whole thing is done, we will come back here with some of the garrison at Guido's fort and claim all of this. So we creep down to here and listen at this door. Again, nothing is heard. Is it stuck? 50% chance. And it isn't. So we open the door and discover what is a really crude dining room. These are long tables with benches and there's a door at the south. As we enter this room and explore it, something happens from this door here. 2 little goblins come through carrying plates and it looks like they're going to set the dining table out for the midday meal. We're told as soon as they see us, they drop everything and run screeching into this room here. They have 2 more friends, so 4 of them all together run out of this door and start yipping for help. And this alerts everybody who is in this room and they come running out into the corridor. So we've decided to pursue them. We come here. The 4 original goblins who we're told do no damage, so these are little servants. They've scampered off. As soon as we pursue them through the kitchen into the corridor, all of a sudden we're faced with 4 hobgoblins and 4 goblins. I'm going to say the goblins are archers and the hobgoblins are melee. Right. Is there surprise? There isn't. Who has initiative? We get initiative. Right. So Liz, Sylvia and Cullen are going to try and shoot the hobgoblins. Again with -3. They still get a +1 for short range. And Liz gets +1 for her dex and +2 for training. So she ends up with +1. Cullen ends up with no benefits and Sylvia ends up with -2. Right, let's see if I can remember all that. Right, that's Liz. She hits AC 8. That's a miss. This is Sylvia, who hits AC 5, and that's good enough. And it's enough to kill one of the goblins. Cullen. That's a flat 15, and that is enough to kill another goblin. Right, that's our archery. Melee. We have 3 frontliners. We've got our little dwarf who has joined us, and this is Donard. Yep, whips out that warhammer, raises it above his head, strikes down and hits himself in the back of the head. Right. And then we've got Gareth Ironhand, who hits and does 2 damage. 1 hobgoblin is from 5 to 3. And we have Carrick, who hits and manages to take 1 from 9 to 3. Okay, their round. Now we're told here that if we attack the hobgoblins in this room, one of them will flee and alert even more here, and it will take them 5 rounds to get here. Now we haven't attacked them in this room, we've attacked them in the corridor, but I think that should still hold. This means that this whole thing has snowballed. We have the goblins here who alerted this lot, we have 1 who have alerted this lot, and it's going to take these guys some time to get here. I'm going to remove one of the hobgoblins from this fight as they go in to get their colleagues from here. So there are 3 hobgoblins left and 2 goblin archers. I'm going to put the archers on Liz and Sylvia. They get a -2 Thaco for, again, the same cover. And that, thankfully, is enough for them to miss. Yeah. Thank goodness for -2 Thaco. And the second one misses. Right. Now we've got 3 hobgoblins left. We've got one on Donard, who misses. One on Carrick, who hits and does 5 damage. And one on our little forger friend, and that one hits AC 5, and he has AC 5. He's down from 13 to 8. Round 2. We get initiative again. Alright, so let's do our 3 archers on the 2 remaining goblins. Liz. Well, +1 is 13. Hits AC 6. Oh, that's good enough. She kills another one. Sylvia. Misses. Cullen de Filch. Ah, good. Hits. Kills out the 4th hobgoblin archer. Right. Donard. Right. Okay. He hits the wall. Gareth Iron Hand. Oh, look at that. Natural hit. Kills the hobgoblin that's on him. Carrick. Oh, look at that. Completely kills the hobgoblin on him. Right, there's 1 hobgoblin left. What happens to its morale? It fights on. And it has a go at Donard. In fact, he might get it. Yep, and he hits. He does 2 damage. Not content with watching Donard beat himself up, he adds to it. Round 3. And we get initiative. Right. Very glad to see 3 initiatives in a row. Liz. Misses. Sylvia. Misses. Cullen. Hits. And it's down from 7 to 2. Right. That's archery. Magic spells. Donard's going to use the Staff of Healing, the second one, on him. And he does 5 points. He's from 11 to 16. He's used his rations for the Staff of Healing. Our little dwarf misses, and Carrick hits and kills it. We've got 2 rounds left before something shows up. The original 4 little goblins have gone. I'm removing them from the game. They're there for comedy purposes and to cause trouble. As I said, they don't have any damage stats. Donard is going to cast Cure Light Wounds twice. He's going to cast 1 on himself and 1 on Carrick. Orange dice is Donard, green dice is Carrick. Well, it doesn't really matter. That's a massive 2 points. It's 18. That's 12. And in those 2 rounds, we have, coming up the corridor, a horde of 14 goblins and hobgoblins. Right, let's take those on. Right, even though they were warned, there still might be the element of surprise. Let's see, is there surprise? There isn't. Let's see if there is initiative. They get it. Right, let's have a look at the makeup of this horde. It's 14 hobgoblins. There are no goblins amongst them. Each hobgoblin is armed with a sword and protected by a shield, so there's no archery. This is 10 feet across. We have 3 people in the front line. They cannot attack more than 3 of us. Some may split up and go round there and try and come in from the side, but our party is here. That doesn't make any difference then. So we're going to have to go through them 3 at a time. So here goes their first 3 on our 3 frontliners. The one on Carrick misses. The one on Donard misses. And the one on Little Gareth misses. Our turn. Archery. Liz misses. Sylvia with -2 hits AC 6. They have AC 6. She does 3 damage. That's enough to kill one of the weaker ones at the back. And Cullen, yes, kills another one. So there's 12 of them left. Magic spells. Well, when you're faced with a horde like this, there is only 1 magic spell. And we didn't use our sleep spell here. In fact, we have 2 of them. And I'm very glad of that. And that's 7 of them taken out. Right, there's 12 of them. Some have 9 HP and some just have 4. I'm going to roll 7 12-sided dice to see which ones go to sleep. And that's the 5th one and the 4th one. And that's the 3rd one and the 6th one. Quite glad these are the higher numbers. And that's the 1st one. Good. Who is the highest? 1, 2, 3. 2 more. And 1 more. Both 7. Right, that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alive. We have melee, Donard, on 1 on him, plus his bonuses, hits and kills 1. We're going to have little Gareth, plus his 1 to hit and damage, hits, doesn't kill 1, 5, 2, 3, and Carrick hits and kills the toughest. So there are 1, 2, 3 left standing. What is their morale? Oh, it's very good. They're fighting ferociously. Okay, so it's the 2nd round. And they get initiative. Now they have to walk over their sleeping and dead bodies to get to us, but from that morale check they seem determined to do it. The one on Carrick misses. They have a THAC0 of 18. The one on Donard hits. He's down to 16. And the one on Little Gareth also hits, and he is down to 4. Right, he might take Carrick's crossbow and move back. That was their go. Our turn. Right. Liz. +1 is 14. She hits and she kills 1. Had 4 HP. The ones that are standing have 3 HP and 2. Liz, or Sylvia, misses. Liz, not Liz, Cullen misses. Right. Donard, plus all his bonuses, hits and kills 1. And Gareth misses. Carrick hits and kills it. So there are 7 sleeping hobgoblins. They get put to death. Right. Now we have a lot of damaged people. Gareth is moving to the back, so he's going to take Carrick's crossbow. We are going to use up some of the many cure light wounds that we have from some scrolls. We have 4 clerical scrolls with cure light wounds on it, and 1 is going to be cast on Carrick. Okay, he's up to 15. 1 is going to be cast on Donard. He's up to 19. And he's going to cast another one on himself. Okay, finally, that's reasonable. He's up to 25. So we've got 1 Cure Light Wounds left, and hopefully a couple of potions of healing. We'll have to go through our inventory to look for that. So with all these dead hobgoblins, Cullen and Liz are starting to go through their pockets to see if they have any kind of nominal treasure. Carrick and Donard are going to explore this room. It's called a ready room. They're just tables and chairs where people gather around. Well, it's like a waiting room, waiting to be called up into action. And again, there's some nominal gold and silver on the tables. Right, so we are left with a lot to explore. We have a corridor this way, one this way. We have a door here. We have these double doors here. And we still have this corridor here. And this room has been wiped out. This room has been wiped out. Let's go back and gather ourselves here and think for a minute. Right, the party have backed off to here. Yeah, that was quite a horde of hobgoblins. When we were told there was an army, well, we just got a bit of a taste of it. Is that all? Are there 100 more? Well, we still have to continue our mission, and with all these dead bodies here, you know, it's not going to take long for the rest of the hobgoblins to discover that something is going badly wrong. We can't really leave here, rest and come back and expect the setup to be the same. Right, now there's a large pair of double doors here, so we might as well investigate them. Liz doesn't hear anything, so we go in and we find ourselves in a temple. These are rows of pews, and here is an altar. And on the altar is the same god, evil looking. Well, we presume it's a deity, it might be a demon. Are these demon worshippers? Most of the statues we have found of this demon had the classic jewels for eyes, but their eye sockets were empty. However, on this one, they are not empty. They have got their gems intact, and it says each gem is fist-sized. Now that's massive. Right, and any character not wearing metal armour can scramble up the statue to pry the gems loose, but it takes 2d6 plus 2 rounds to remove each one. Right, so let's roll 2d6 plus 2. What we will do is we will have Liz, obviously is taken by the gems, so she is going to go up and scramble up this statue to take out one eye. Cullen scampers after her like a little dog desperate to impress and says, "Hey, let me help you, I'll take out the other one." How many rounds does it take for Liz to prize out one eye? She does it really quickly in 4, 2d6 plus 2. Cullen, he's good too. He takes 5 rounds. Right, but all is not well. Each gem is hooked to an elaborate trap, which is sprung unless removed by a thief. We didn't do that. Note that each gem's trap must be removed individually. The trap is sprung. If the trap is sprung, the statue's mouth opens and 4 robber flies buzz angrily into the room. They attack characters randomly. The one is certain to go after the character stealing the gems. I'm going to have one on Liz, one on Cullen, one on Donard, and one on Carrick. And I have to remind ourselves what a robber fly is. We haven't seen these beasties for some time. Okay, it's a 2-hit dice monster, and they have surprise on a 1 to 4, and they do damage 1d8. Holy. And they've hit points of 10, 8, 8, and 6, and an AC of 6. Okay, right. Do they get surprise on us on a roll of 1 to 4? They do. So now they get 3 attacks on Liz, and they hit. Let's not mince words here. They have an AC of 17, and they do 4 damage on her. She's down to 13. They get an attack on Cullen, which misses. That would have killed him. They get one on Donard. It's a miss. And they get one on Carrick, which is a miss. Right, round 1. And they get another round. These things are fast. And that's a miss on Liz. And that is a good miss on Cullen. And that is a miss on Donard. Yep. And that is a miss on Carrick. Right, our go. Now our 2 thieves are up a statue, so they might be able to slash out with a sword to defend themselves. So the only missile person we have is Sylvia. And Malin with a throwing dagger. Sylvia is going to take the one on Liz. She misses. Malin's going to run forward a bit and throw a dagger. And he misses. Melee. Liz is going to try and slash at the one that's on her. She's got a short sword +1. She misses. And Cullen is going to try the same. And he misses. That's disastrous. Donard hits and does enough damage to kill 1. And Carrick misses. Holy. Right, round 2. We get initiative. Sylvia misses. Malin misses. And then we have our 2 thieves defending themselves with swords. Liz misses. Cullen hits and does 5 damage. The one on him is from 10 to 5. Donard's going to rush forward and try and save Liz. And he hits AC 4 and he does 6 damage. It's from 8 to 2. And Carrick has still got one on him. And he misses it. Our guys are swatting the air. These little robber flies must be zipping backwards and forwards like dragonflies. This is desperate. Round 3. And they get initiative again. God, they're fast. The one on Liz misses. The one on Cullen misses. The one on Carrick hits 1 damage. Still, 1 damage is 1 damage. Our go. Sylvia misses. Malin with another throwing dagger. The one on his sister only has 2 HP. He misses. Right. Donard can take that one on. Yes, and he hits and kills it. And there's one on Carrick. And he hits and he kills it. Right, finally we get rid of them. Boy, and Liz has a big bite taken out of her. Well, that's the price of jewels. Okay. So we're in this temple, and now whoever the mysterious party member who is called the Mapper, remember we have been here, we've been here, and there is a hole in our map here. The likely places for a secret door are here, 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 and here, and possibly here. We're going to look for 2 secret doors here. We'll try Sylvia. People trust her. She seems to have a knack. She doesn't find anything there. She'll try here. No, she doesn't find anything. So we come to the conclusion it must be somewhere else. Now, while we were looking for those 2 secret doors, did anything come looking for us? It didn't. Now, what is happening in this room? It has an occupant, and that occupant will have heard the fight in here, and I have to work out what they will do because they have an interesting motivation. I'm going to say this person here is going to stay put. This is a very safe room for them. In fact, he may have heard Sylvia's hands and fingernails scratching over this part of the wall here as she was looking for a secret door, trying to find the edge of it. And he will have moved to his door here, but he will have heard Sylvia's scratching stop and us walk away. Right, he's going to breathe a sigh of relief. He is carefully hidden behind 3 secret doors. He's going to stay there. We have got nothing to do but leave and go out here and go back to this junction. Is it southward? Is it east? Or do we go through here? Let's work that out in a minute. Right, the party have decided they want to go through here and look at this area of the map. They don't want to go further in. And it's clear when we fought those hobgoblins that they came from this direction. So we're going to cover our back and investigate what's here. But first we have to try this door. 50 or less and it is stuck. And it isn't, so it opens easily. And we see another lock door here, and a long corridor up here. Let's do a wandering monster check. We move slowly into this area here, and we see a vast, what looks like an arena held up with 2 pillars, and it's at least 80 feet by, well, that looks to be about 140 feet. And lying here are 4 dead bodies. We go up to investigate rather cautiously. We're going to have our 2 frontliners here, and we're going to have our mage at the back with our dwarf who is on a crossbow, and Liz Sylvia and our retainer Cullen here. And as we move up from here, 2 wolves come out of the shadows, and as we get closer to the bodies, they start to crouch lower and snarl and snap. We might be able to easily take on these wolves, but we don't want to risk more damage. So if we stop, they stop growling, and as we get closer to these bodies, they start growling and they themselves come closer. They look really mangy and starved. The DM is given a backstory here that these wolves were trained by these 4 individuals and they're extremely faithful, and even though these guys are dead, these wolves will guard their bodies. Given the poor state of them, Carrick is going to take out one of today's rations, tear it into 2 bits and throw it at them. They jump on that and eat it in one go. And then, well, that does seem to pacify them. We get closer and they stop snarling and snapping, but they watch us very, very carefully. And Donard, who has never shown any real interest in animals, well, we haven't really come across too many, says sit, and much to everyone's surprise, they sit. And he says stay, and well, as we go up to the bodies, they don't move. These are 2 extremely well-trained wolves. So let's examine these bodies. There are 2 fighters, a thief, and a magic user, and there's a ring on the magic user's hand. This is too much for Malin, who is still looking for that elusive magical ring that will just make him a super mage. So he says, I'm going to use my wand of magic detection, and what glows, which we haven't seen before, is the dagger that we found upstairs. It's a dagger +2. A shield, which is on our little dwarf Gareth, that glows, that's a shield +1. The short sword on the thief glows, as does this ring. It is indeed a magic ring. He's going to take it and he's going to put it on. It doesn't seem to do anything, but it is a ring of protection +1. This short sword is a short sword +1. Liz already has one. Cullen, without asking, is a bit forward and he throws down his short sword, which was once a goblin one, and picks this up as though he has every right to. Carrick goes over to Gareth with that magic shield and says, well, we already have one, so you can keep that. And that's a sort of bond between dwarves. We've done this area. Now we can, if we want to, use these 2 dogs as, well, retainers. They will attack on the command to kill, and they will sit and stay and things like that. I think we have enough of a party. I don't really want to add 2 more wolves to it, but they're quite content for us to go up and scratch their heads and scratch the chins and behind the ear, and in fact, they seem to consider us their new masters, and they may follow us, whether we want them to or not, but we will find that out next time. Until then, I'll see you.